Yeah, exactly. Glad I come across, man. Yes, yes, yes. That's when we met. Yeah.
Hi, Hunter. Hey,
Hey,
how are you, man? Good to
good.
see you.
Yeah,
How you
good to
been?
see you.
How is work?
Work's good, man. Yeah, we're doing very well. I just got off from work right now.
Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so how's life in San Francisco right now?
Man, we're doing good here, man. It's hot, How about the weekend? It's crazy hot, but we're doing good. The life is good here, San Francisco.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. When did you graduate?
I graduated last year, so December last year.
When did you come to US?
So here, I came in the fall of 2014.
Okay,
So
from
fall
South
of
Sudan, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So fall
Mm.
of 2014, I've been a student. So basically, what I did was I went to City College San Francisco and started English as a second language. So first when I came here, my English wasn't that great. So I
Yeah.
was started taking ESL classes for about the first semester. Actually, the first semester here, I did all ESL, just English as a second language. The second um, the second semester, I started taking other English classes that will count towards my transfer to SF State.
Okay, cool,
The
cool.
content, yeah.
So, how did you feel when you come to US from South Sudan?
Man,
It's
I
a
was,
different culture, different language.
yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things. I first, I was excited to be here at first. And then when I came here, it was very challenging because now you find yourself in a culture rather than yours. And a
Hmm.
language that was spoken here is a language that I'm not really well versed with. I'm not good at speaking English.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was really difficult in the beginning. And like I was trying to socialize with other international students. And then we all don't speak English that well. So we
Yeah.
end up facing a lot of language barriers, like going to, different places. And basically in the first year, life was difficult for me.
I know, man. I can understand. Same here. Same
And
here,
then because you couldn't really do much, right? So
Yeah,
you kind of know what you want to do, but then
yeah.
language will kind of hold you back. You weren't able to express yourself.
And yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, I can feel
That
that.
was difficult, yes.
Yeah. So how are you feeling right now?
I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good because once you get the language, right? So and then once you start socializing with friends, you start making friends because now you know the language, you'll be able to communicate to people here, and you you start feeling better by yourself, and also making friends, you know doing things of common interest with friends from here, end up to be very good. So now I would say I'm not doing bad at all. Good.
Yeah, I can say that. Like, when did I meet you? Like 3 years ago, right? In
Yeah,
City College.
yes, 3 years ago. That's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
2000. I think we met in 2008, 2017.
Yeah,
I think
2017.
17.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the accounting class.
yeah, exactly. Glad I come across, man. Yes, yes, yes. That's when we met. Yeah.
Did
Uh,
someone pass the class?
huh? I know,
Did
right?
someone pass? Did someone pass the class?
Man, that class, dude. Like, I don't like guy, the professor, bro. Like, gosh, that's crazy. But some of those classes is what kind of give you, like, for example, for me, it gives me basically an idea of where I want to go next, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So you completely know, like, this is either something that I really like, or maybe this is something that I don't like as much. And those, taking classes like that, it kind of helps, students to kind of structure their way forward, to be
Yeah.
like, oh, I
Yeah.
love this class, I want to pursue this.
Yeah.
Or, hey, I really hate this class, I just want to pass, and I
Yeah.
don't want to do anything to do with this subject, sort of thing like that.
Yeah, honestly, I can feel right now. He was good professor though. He was good. He,
He was. He
yeah,
he know what he know the subject.
yeah,
That one I will give it to him. He know the subject. It's either he is very, very well versed with the subject, or he has been teaching the subject for a real long time, and he have almost everything memorized.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
my other stand is this: like, I don't think that his teaching is the best way of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Way he teaches, it allowed me not to take interest in the class. I literally, at the end, I was just thinking that I just want to pass this class. I do not, I don't want to pursue this subject. I just want to pass
Mm-hmm.
this class. Yeah, like, it did not give me excitement to like be like, oh, maybe I will rethink my decision that I made, that I want to do
Mm-hmm.
something else. This sounds even cooler. Like, I did not get that impression from him. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just my take.
Yeah,
That's my
but we
opinion.
made it. Yeah, we made it. We made it, bro.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
At
yeah,
the
yeah,
end, at the end, exactly what I say.
yeah.
Some of these classes like that, we kind of structure our thinking, and so we can make decision on what we want to actually study.
After that, I read your article. I got very impressed with that. I didn't know that you're from South
Yeah.
Sudan,
Hmm.
and yeah, you did a lot of struggle in your life.
Yes.
So I think like this is kind of personal, but do you like to talk about it or no?
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you asking if just a
Like,
little bit of information?
no, I mean, like, I just want to know, like, how was your life in South Sudan, and how do you remember?
So, there, because, well, growing up, at first, growing up in South Sudan, I had this passion for helping other people, right?
Yeah.
So, and that is basically what I end up doing when I was there. Is that I worked with a nonprofit organization
Mm-hmm.
that was working with both either refugees or internal displaced people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they are within a country, sometimes there are conflict that arises, and then people were internally displaced in the country. So I end up working in that field, and I end up working with a lot of either people affected by conflict
Mm-hmm.
violence, or also I spend a lot of time working with children that were affected by the conflict. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I end up, doing a lot of things to do with child protection. As probably you have read in the article, I did a lot with like working with different group of armed soldiers that were recruiting kids into the army. So I end up working on like negotiating the release of child soldiers and trying to, my thought is this: the place for kids is not in army. Kids
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
kids should be at home.
And yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
uh, you know,
Yeah.
trying to do that and trying to work on that. And definitely there was a lot of, because of the work that we put in, we were able to get a lot of out of it, a lot out of
Mm-hmm.
our work.
You're planning to build an app, that what kind of app is that? Can you
So yeah, so
yeah.
basically, I'm working on still I'm working on it right now. Is I'm working on like a database system,
Okay.
that database system that is
Mhm.
going to um, track, basically track and have. As simple as I would say, will be database that's gonna track kids that were affected in a violent conflict situation. So for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
something happened, kids got separated from their parents,
Yes.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
most of the time there are organizations that do child protection. They will have these kids, register them in some certain database system. But what my goal is that using a database system that can be able to, like, that can trace the movement
Mm-hmm.
of the kids until they are reunified back to their parents, uh,
Yes.
would be something that I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Because like you did graduate in December, right? And a lot of my friends like who graduated in August 2019, they are struggling to find a job.
Yeah.
And then you got a job. So how did you apply?
I think one thing that I did was, once when I graduated, I created 3 resumes.
Mm-hmm.
And these 3 resumes is on a subject that I like.
Mm-hmm.
So out of everything that I studied at school, I just feel like there are 3 things that I can do best with the degree that I have. That means I can do good. I can do very, very good at cybersecurity. I can do good at database. It could be at a database analysis,
Mm-hmm.
reporting, could be anything to do with database.
Mm-hmm.
And I can do good project management, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I created 3 resumes that goes with these 3 main, like main things. So cybersecurity, database, and project management. So when I
Okay.
did this, searching for a job, I went through LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
Glassdoor,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then I didn't use much, but AngelList, if you are familiar. So
Mm-hmm.
these websites, I basically just start searching for, kind of do my search depending on what I think I can do best, and these 3 resumes. And then most of the time when I go to these websites, and also like Indeed and all that stuff, when I go to these websites, I do not apply through this website. I look for the company that is trying to recruit, and then I go on their website instead of applying through Glassdoor or Indeed or whatever, LinkedIn. I go to their website and then I apply through their website.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That gives me a chance to not only be already like
Mm-hmm.
on their website, but
Mm-hmm.
it kind of filters all the applications that we're going through, like, all the main platforms. So
Okay.
right from their website, I apply. Another thing that I do, I guess, most of the companies that I applied for actually call me back. So once you get called, one thing that I did was, I tried to go into, again, read the job description that they have. And then
Mm-hmm.
some of the things that I think for example, I'm just going to give a general example. If a
Okay.
company is asking you for a Salesforce
Mm-hmm.
experience, right? But you have a Tableau experience, right? So, or if company is asking for SAP and you're good at Tableau, or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So you will then say yes, of course, don't lie. You will tell them that I do not know how to do this, but based on what I had, the experience that I have, this is what I did. Giving a resume that
Okay.
for things that you think you can do best.
Okay. So how about the cover letter?
Yes. So a lot, a lot of companies do not ask for cover letter.
Okay.
My experience. A few companies did ask for cover letter.
When you apply for a job, did you care about the requirement, like experience requirement, or just you just applied any job?
I looked less on the requirement. So some requirements will be like, this person need to have a master degree. For example, that I do not, really take it serious.
Okay.
And then they will all be like, oh, this person need to have at least 5 years of this experience. That I do not take as much as serious, because for a
Okay.
reason, if you look at job description of what they're like, the person they're looking for need to do certain kind of job. If you feel like you are fit to do that job, I would say people should apply. And for a lot of reasons, that end up to be the case. Like the job I'm doing, I did not qualify. The experience that they ask for is not what I have. But
Yeah.
ultimately, what I know is that I will be able to do this kind of job, right? So I just applied for it. And then at the end, it's gonna be, during the interview, that's where you will actually express yourself and, your experience and also your capability of, that you will be able to do it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So how was your interview? Did you do hands-on kind of like, they asked you to do something, or?
Yes. So they are questions, because mostly, I'm doing, database stuff. So currently they ask me about, there's a lot of things to do with database in general. So
Yeah.
Example, because one of the
Yeah.
tool in the database system is Excel.
Yeah.
Hands-on, if you know Excel up to like a little bit high end database job, you will be able to find a lot of database job. Of course, there's a lot of other platforms that you need to know about. So I created a simple, like preparing for my interview. I created a very, very simple project tracing system, right, on Excel. And I did a little like dashboard where I did pivot tables and all that, and created a little bit of dashboard to prepare for the interview. And when you get to the interview, you will be able to like explain how you think some of the things that, for example, I created the dashboard is going to help into reporting, right? So if you're going to report the data, you need to have the data that you export from. It could be from like, Tableau, SAP, Salesforce, or whatever. You export this data, you're able to analyze this data. You make it in a way that people who don't really care about data can read, right? So you visualize this data. And once you explain that to people and, to the database panel, interview panel, they will be able to consider you, even if you don't know the platform of whatever they have in their company.
So how are you feeling right now? I mean, like, with the job?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I think
It's kind of pressure, or you're enjoying it, or?
No, there's no, I mean, I like pressure, and I like to work under pressure sometimes on certain level. But like right now, as I said, I'm excited to get the job. And so working on something that you love, like you never felt like pressure, because you put the time in and then you actually, you were able to come up with a result. So like, I'm not pressured. I am very, very excited and happy, and I'm just doing my work, and it's great.
You're enjoying your work, right?
It is actually, it sometimes people, it's hard to enjoy your work. It's hard to enjoy what you do for living sometimes. But this is perfect for me, man. Yeah. I feel lucky to get what I have. And
so what is your future goal?
So my future goal, it's one, to build my own system, work on it, my platform, and then also really looking forward I'm thinking, database and security, those goes hand to hand.
Uh-huh.
As I do the database, I am also, trying to put some of the experience or some of the skills that I acquired from school into into security, cybersecurity. So
Yeah. Good. So because of this pandemic, right? Like everything is slow right now,
yeah,
right? Hiring is slow, everything is slow. So what do you have any suggestion for fresh graduate?
I'm. I think what I feel like during this pandemic, the silver lining is that we have a little bit more time for ourselves,
Okay, yeah.
and we will be able to dig more into what we really like to do. So at work, I work, and then on my free time, I do some of my project, or I do something related to cybersecurity, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. Yeah.
yeah, man. Thank you for connecting, and I really
Yeah.
hope people who graduate, especially
Yeah.
lately, they should just take their time and be patient, and they will
Yeah.
definitely find what they want to do.